When you grow up in a small town, you tend to say, I got to get out of that town, but somehow everybody always ends up back here. This is the block I grew up on. I love living near everyone. I love that I can just pop over to my parents' house or pop over to my aunt's house, or my brothers all live just like a town away. And it makes me feel happy to have family nearby. I mean, it is an expensive place to live, but the reason we stay is because of our family roots. I try to, but later I go, oh, that's not good. Yeah, like when they don't listen and they're doing something wrong, and sometimes I'll take their thing and make them start.
The last few years have felt like I'm just really a lucky man to have experienced life just the way I've experienced. Having been born and raised in Novato in a family environment.
Yeah. And this is where my dad grew up. And my mom actually lived over here when she was in high school. And they dated in high school. And then they live here now over, where am I? Right here, and this is where I grew up and where they currently still live.
Having seen a little bit of the rest of the country for quite a while, I used to travel all over the United States. I think Novato is one of the prettiest places I've ever been. Remains so.
Here's John Novak and Bob Caro, and he was the mayor of Novato, and he was the he built a lot of homes here in Novato. I've been here all my life, went through grade schools here, was in the first graduating class at Novato High School. Yay Hornets. It's really, really fun just to remember and have this history, and we have a really rich history. And so I just really enjoy it.
So down there is where my dad grew up, and he lived by his house. Sometimes I like to drive by where my dad grew up just because it brings back good memories to me. I think change can always be a positive thing, but it can also be a negative thing. I think it really totally depends on what it is and the perspective of the person.
There's a shopping center that actually my cousin lived on that property. There's now the Lucky Store and the CVS drugstore. Where the CVS drugstore is now is where my cousin lived. And that field was used when there was a carnival that would come in for 4th of July time. We'd have a parade.
Western weekend.
And they would set up the carnivals and stuff right there in what is now the heart of, in the middle of Novato.
Yeah.
It's just really nice for us to, as Renee said, have our family near us. I come from a large family, and there's a few spread out people, but because we live in Novato, we've been able to stay in contact.
But a big part has to be.
There's some stuff.
Oh, we should ask Mom.
Yeah, it's always been like that. Did I actually come on?
What's family? It's roots. You can't beat it.